Hey everybody, it's time to swing. We're still swinging, and I'm your host, Thomas. In the day family, I wanted to talk about Lil Meech and some of the stuff he going through. All right, Lil Meech, you feel me? He had a real uncertain future, family. His dad was doing 30 years in prison. His dad left when Lil Meech was a baby. Okay, so Lil Meech, he ain't gonna remember much about his dad when he was free. He remembers some stuff, but like his whole growing up, you gotta remember Big Meech was in the penitentiary. So a guy like 50 gave him an opportunity. You feel me? So, family, I want to get to how we got here, how Lil Meech got here, where he at today, and in the situation that he is in. So, family, I want to play this clip and then elaborate.
50, I was still trying to find myself. My dad was calling me from jail every day. He was like, "Man, what you gonna do?" Like, shit, I don't know. I always knew I wanted to be my own person. It's just hard, to live up to my dad's name. And he called me one day. He's like, "Man, they looking at Terrence Howard and Nipsey Hussle, and I don't know if you're gonna be able to play me, but you got to go to acting class so you can get ready." So I met 50. 50 put me in acting classes for 2 years in LA. Invested in me, paid for the acting classes. I had to go every day, two times a day, 5 days a week. In the morning, in the afternoon, come back home, study again, do the same thing the next day.
Wow.
Family, Lil Meech respected the investment 50 Cent made into a kid that he didn't even know. He knew 50 didn't have to make that investment. He knew 50 could have went and got Terrence Howard. 50 could have went and got Nipsey Hussle. He knew 50 didn't have to do that. You see what I'm saying? Meech wasn't trying to make no investment in Little Meech. When he was out here, he was too busy trying to be famous. See, Big Meech didn't know something that Southwest T did know. Famous plus dope boy equal that cell. It equal prison. Famous D-boys go to jail. Absolutely. Every one of them. Meech, Big Meech, think he somebody. He not. All right. That's why in the world of Big Meech and that mind, everybody owe him something. He don't have to listen to nobody. You just gotta listen to me. Family, that's that attitude that Big Meech got. That's just who he is. You know what I'm saying? If you know Meech, you're gonna be like, that's just Meech. Because you know what I'm saying? You gotta remember, the man worth his weight in gold. Where he get that attitude from? He got that attitude from being that good. I understand it. You feel me? I'm just saying it come with consequences. The consequences is family. You're gonna sacrifice a lot of things that if you had the foresight, you wouldn't sacrifice them for that. Because you're gonna ride around in the latest cars. You're gonna live in the nicest places. You're gonna wear the best clothes. Man, you're gonna be swimming in the finest women. I promise you. But I also promise you this, that coin gonna flip. That coin gonna flip. Let me tell you how I know. I starred in that movie enough to know. All right. I don't want to star in that movie no more. All right. What I got to gain ain't worth what I got to lose. See, you don't want to find that out when you're doing 30 years and it ain't nothing you can do about it. You want to find that out before. Famous plus D-boy equal prison. It's going to equal that for you like it equal that for every other famous D-boy that came before you. Southwest T knew this. That's why when Meech be talking about, they had all the evidence on my brother. And they ain't had nothing on me. Yo, you lost your mind. And he know that's not true. If they never heard Southwest T on the phone, if they never found no contraband at Southwest T property, he was still going to prison for 30 years. Just like they ain't find none of that at Meech property. Meech was still, and they ain't had Meech on the phone. And he still went to prison for 30 years. He ain't sacrificed for nobody. He knew if he tried to go to trial, he was going to send all them dudes home. They was all going to go home on Meech and Southwest T because they was all going to testify against. Them dudes was flipping. BMF was flipping. Meech knew. He knew if he tried them. Listen, this ain't Superior Court. You ain't going to fight them with your money. I don't care nothing about that. When they came and got you, the case was over. All right? Listen, I remember this dude. They were, yo, the feds on me. How you know? Yo, I came out and they was at my Maserati, just sitting there. And I'm like, yeah. He said, yeah. I said, how you know they was the feds? We sitting in the barbershop. He said, I knew it was the feds. And they told me. I said, they gonna lock you up. He said, no, I think they on me. They trying to lock me up. I said, no. If they let you know they on you, it's over for you. You ain't gonna know they on you until it's over. It's too late, bro. Whatever. 2 weeks later, he was gone. That was 98. He's still gone. I'm telling you, it's not a joke. All right, but family, that's what we do to our families. We give them that life. And then we gotta go away and they gotta struggle after having that life. Family, once you live this life, that champagne life, listen, you don't want no other life. And if I was living it, imagine how Meech was living it. Yo, imagine how Meech was living it. Listen, when you get to federal prison, Meech been to federal prison. Meech know he wasn't doing nothing. Yo, when I got to federal prison, I realized I wasn't doing nothing. Family, I was cell buddies with a dude, right? Who bro, the first time he came to America, they brought him to jail. They went and got him from his country and brought him to jail. He never been to America before. Yo, United States is treacherous. He never seen drugs before. He sell real loads. Let me tell you how he said, listen, I never seen it like, in real life. I mean, I know how it look, but I never seen it. He said, when I see it, it's already on the crates and ready to get it out of here. He never seen it. What kind of story can I tell him? I ain't got nothing. He wanna listen. I ain't doing nothing. To him, I ain't shit. All right. I'm that dude riding up Greenmount Avenue with $700,000 in the trunk of my BMW. You can't talk to him about $700,000. He don't want to talk to you about nothing like that. Listen, Meech them met some dudes who let him know, don't come around here with that. All right, trust me. You start to learn, bro, you ain't nobody. You ain't you wasn't never nobody. It was all in your mind. You've been playing this game and throwing your life, throwing, because it's not just your life, bro. You see Lil Meech life, it's the consequence of how his dad been living. And Meech found something good in it. Meech found a way to make it. Look, it told me a lot about 50 Cent. See, Lil Meech could see that 50 Cent invested in a kid he didn't even know. It told me something about 50 Cent. 50, because I know 50 didn't have to do that. 50 could have went and got Terrence Howard. It wouldn't have been no thing. The show would have popped. But what 50 did was real. I know 50 didn't want Lil Meech to end up like Big Meech, and that's why he did it. He knew if Lil Meech was serious, Lil Meech would take it serious and take his life in his own hands, and he did. And they came up. Big Meech was jealous. He was, family. Because when you do like Big Meech, it gotta be about you. It can't be about nobody else. It gotta be about you. All right? That's the beginning of how we got here. Family, the minute you think leaving your family out here to go for their self and struggle tremendously so you can ride around in the latest cars, so you could be swimming in all the beautiful women, so you can have all the nice clothes, so you can say, hey, look at me. All right, but I'm telling you, you're going to keep sacrificing stuff like this. Now, check this out.
Pieces, because it's sentimental and mean a lot to me because 50 gave it to me. And, 50 like my second pops, like he like my mentor. Like me and him talk every day. He just makes sure I'm always in a mind frame of trying to be great and trying to excel and be better than I was last year. I wear this piece almost every day, especially like when I'm just chilling, not doing nothing. Or even if I'm going somewhere, I might just throw it on if I don't feel like wearing my big, heavy chain. So I really love this piece a lot. This is made by Taja Diamonds in New York City. One of our homies, Pooch. Shout out Pooch, New York. I got this.
Family, if Lil Meech go around Big Meech talking about 50 Cent like that, Big Meech not trying to hear that. He don't want Lil Meech admiring 50 Cent. He want Lil Meech admiring him. Big Meech don't like that. If you know Big Meech and Big Meeches, and it show. Because I don't know Big Meech, but I can tell you, yo, that's the personality of a Big Meech. It gotta be about him. Ain't nobody larger than him. You shouldn't be looking up to nobody but him. Big Meech think he a winner. Bro, you can't be a winner and you just spent 20 years in prison. That's a loser. You ain't get the memo. Somebody need to send him an email, a text message, because he ain't get it. Because he hopped straight back out here trying to be Big Meech. He not Big Meech, he is Demetrius. That's over with. That been over with. You go do 20 years in prison, you ain't the man no more. You ain't the man no more to nobody. All right, yeah, them dudes that ain't did nothing since you left, you supposed to be their savior. But them dudes that been living their life, they ain't thinking about you. All right, see, what you gotta understand is this. above all, family. When Big Meech went to jail, this is what they don't talk about much. His family was struggling. Big Meech family was struggling after he gave them that life. You heard Lil Meech. His boys wasn't looking out for us like they were supposed to look out for us, so we was going through. No, Big Meech know how it go. You go to the penitentiary, that's off. He can't do nothing for them no more. He in the penitentiary. Family. If I need something from somebody, they'll give it to me. Why? Because they know I got it. If I ain't have nothing and I needed something and went to people, they wouldn't give me nothing. You know it. That's human beings. That's the nature of people. All right. And Lil Meech, go to Big Meech. And trust me, he talk about 50 Cent like this around Big Meech. Big Meech start swelling up. Big Meech gotta tell you a story about how 50 Cent wasn't nobody. Trust me. Yo, he wasn't appreciative of 50 Cent. He he wasn't. He wasn't. He never saw none of what Meech talking about 50 done for him. Meech never saw none of that. All Meech know is that's my life that you playing. Meech didn't know. Meech didn't have to go through what Lil Meech had to go through to be able to play it. You left him out here suffering. You was in a penitentiary trying to get your situation together. Doing whatever you thought you had to do to try to get back to him. But yo, understand, he still made a way. And and you came out here and made it hard for him. Because the last thing he need is to be at odds with 50 Cent. Bro, a lot of them studios that will work with him do business with 50 Cent. And they not gonna want to work with him as long as he got a problem with 50 Cent. I don't like this family because it's black men who, by all accounts, everybody involved should be in jail. But these men who not in jail, these men who found a way to do some positive things and make a positive way for themselves and made it out of their situations the best way they knew how, and now they focused and trying and driven and about living their lives. Family, Big Meech came home and interrupted that with this need to be Big Meech. Need to get back in the driver's seat and show everybody he's still Big Meech, and he not. You go to prison for 20 years, you go to prison for 5 years, you ain't the man no more. 20 years, that's why Big Meech need to get out here and throw these big extravaganzas, buy all this jewelry and spend up the little bit of money that he got. Because he think everybody that see him owe him, and that's not how it is. See, when you a D-boy family, right, and you go to prison, all those dudes on the street that owed you all that money, when they hear the FBI got you, they gonna disappear. And a lot of your money in the street as a D-boy. I mean, yeah, you got bags here and there and on the highway and stuff like that, but the money coming all the time. So you just spending because it stay coming. It's never not a situation where it's right here and you going back. No, it's just keep coming. So you listen, man, you got 20 in the trunk, it ain't going to nothing. Man, you going to have a party with it. All right, that's how it is. That's that life. All right, listen, you've been moving around all week. Look, I'm going to get on a plane. I'm going somewhere for a little while. I mean, look, you don't got to tell nobody. You don't need nobody permission. You just go. That's that life. You're going to get addicted to it. You're going to get addicted to it. It's a high all of its own. I'm telling you. It's a high that you never want to come off, but they're going to get you off of that high. You can believe that. And when you Big Meech, it ain't going to be hard because you need to be famous. Lil Meech is not about to come around. Big Meech talking about 50 Cent is his second pops. Because when you are somebody pops, they don't have no second pops. My son can't come to me talking about nobody's second pops. But you know what the difference is? I've been here. I've been here. I take care of him. I keep a roof over his head. I keep a food, whatever he need, you can just believe I'm going to address it. Whatever he want, he probably already got it. As long as he doing right, I'm going to do right by him. You know what I'm saying? I would not sacrifice the life I provided for him so I can have more stuff. So I can show up and say, look at me. Man, I don't care nothing about that. All right? Listen, you got to find some things in life more important than you. And Meech ain't found that yet. It's not that hard to figure out, family. Check this out.
Elliot charged me $200,000 just for this Cuban. This Cuban is like 1,100 grams. It's chunky, real big. I already can't have this on for longer than 3 or 4 hours. My neck started hurting. They got the 3 big boogers on each side. So ain't no regular Cuban, you know. You might find a regular Cuban for 50 or for 100 maybe, but you know, it's 200 just for a kilo.
What's the pendant cost?
3, just for the pendant.
Okay, family. So that's 500,000 right there, right? How long do you think $5 million gonna last when you spending it like that? I mean, honestly, be honest with yourself. How long you think before you think $5 million go with this what you do? Family, $5 million not gonna get you far when this your life.
Oh my God.
Now you gotta get your weight up.
See, he gotta get his weight up. $5 million, family, they got that around their necks and wrists. Now they gotta pay the bills. Where do you think that leave? Where do you think that leave them? Doing desperate stuff. Like going to take a picture with Rick Ross. Because you got to catch this bag. Because you blowing money fast. Because you need to get back to being Big Meech. You feel me, family? Family, you blowing that money like that? You blowing that money like that? If this what you need.
Oh my God.
Now you gotta get your weight up.
That's what you need when you gotta show everybody you back and ain't nothing changed. When everybody know it changed. Yo, you in a rush to be Big Meech, but it's just one problem. You broke. You need everybody else to make you Big Meech. You can't do it for yourself because you don't have it. See, the movies is different. All right. Life is different from the game. Family, the game is different. This money coming every night. You checking this paper every day. No. Once you get in the regular business in the world, you get that check. You ain't getting another check till you get another check. Big Meech, welcome to the world of working. When that check gone, that check gone. All right? Ain't nobody pulling up with another check unless you got something else going on, and you know what I'm talking about. See, if you're going, when you want to live like the check's not gonna stop coming, you're gonna be broke. That's how Big Meech got in that situation. He needed to be Big Meech instead of just needing to get back out here and adjust. The man been gone for 20 years. You think he back? Look at him. Family, let me tell you what's wrong with Big Meech and why you see him and he look off. He been smoking that K2 in there. He look like all of them dudes that's drugged out in there. Family, if you've been to federal, he Big Meech, so people not gonna tell you that, yo, he was a dummy in there. He was just smoking that K2. And they all look like that. That ain't the effects of no medication. That's the effects of all that K2 he was in there smoking. That K2 and that jailhouse hooch, he looked like all them dudes that running around federal prison on it. Yo, he permanently looking like that. That's how much of it he was putting in him. Yo, he had unlimited access to it. Trust me. And that's what he did there. So going through what he was going through in there, trying to get his mind off of it. Family, he was going through hell. When Meech got out, Meech was trying to get with them dudes who ran off with his money when he was in there. Trust me, I've been there. But when you catch up with them dudes, bro, they ain't gonna have nothing. The dudes who paid you, they paid you because they winners. Them dudes who ran off, they ran off because for real, they losers. Family, most of them ain't done nothing since Meech left. Most of them hadn't done nothing since I left. They don't have nothing. They thought that's why they thought it was a good idea to just run off with your stuff because they don't understand the game. Family, your moves, your intentions, they're going to be permanently said in people's mind once you make them known. Big Meech got this larger than life persona and everybody know he got it. He want to keep living up to it. He not Big Meech no more. He is Demetrius. He ain't get the memo. And look, when you rolling like this, family, see, you gotta be in a Rolls Royce Ghost. You know what I'm saying? You need to have on $2 million worth of jewelry. What is $5 million? Big Meech got Little Meech trying to live like he got people pulling up with bags of money every night, and he don't. Bro, Big Meech is not a good guy. It's not good guidance for Little Meech. Y'all out here talking about he need to roll with his dad and stand behind his dad. His dad a loser. His dad been in the penitentiary for 20 years. And the only thing he could do is get out and think about being big, jumping back in the limelight and making it all about him. Instead of nurturing and cultivating a relationship that he need to build with his son. He worrying about throwing a big extravaganza because it's all about him. Family, that life will give you a misperception of who you are. Trust me, I watched it do it to so many men. You think you're going to be somebody dead from the penitentiary? That's impossible. It ain't going to happen. Get that out of your mind. All right? Listen, fatherhood is about more than just making sure they got stuff. You got to make sure he knows something. You got to prepare him for the world. And in the real world, ain't nobody pulling up with a bag of money for you every night. Yo, but once you live that life, I'm telling you, you don't want no other life. That's why I can't understand why Big Meech will introduce his son to the, and keep his son thinking he need to keep up with that life. Because if he try to keep up with that life, he ain't gonna never have nothing. I don't care how much money he make. He gonna be broke. He gonna just spend it all up so he can get a Summer Walker. Bro, you know she messed with Rico Reckless. He don't have none of that. She don't cost that much. Summer Walkers don't cost that much. Y'all be paying them too much. All right, Summer Walkers cost her surf and turf. All the weed and drugs she can use. That's what she costs, bro. She just want to have fun. You just let her come around and have fun. Big Meech's still a kid. He don't know that, so he paying too much. Yo, you doing all of this so you can get a Summer Walker, bro? Listen, I'm telling you, she don't cost that much. Trust me, I overpaid for some women and was kicking myself in the butt when I realized she ain't cost that much. She messed with Rico Reckless. She don't cost that much. After you spending all this money trying to impress her, she with Rico Reckless. She don't cost that much. Family, when it come down to it, that's why we all live in that life. So the girls can look at us and go, oh, I want him. Yeah, that's what it's about. So when I step to a chick, I'm confident she gonna roll with me, even if she not. Listen, my mindset is she gotta be lost her mind not to want to talk to me. That's my mindset. I don't care. That is, trust me. Because when you've been living this life, you can have them. You already know. Your life already told you you can have them. There's not nothing you made up in your mind. All right? If you ask him, he be having some bad ones. Yeah, because you can have them. Some of them you learn, bro. You live and you learn. She ain't worth what you paid for. You paid too much. All right? Look, Lil Meech, you already on TV. That's enough. Trust me. If I came on TV, if I could have came on TV when I was Lil Meech age, I would have never had to go to jail. I'm nowhere near as handsome as Lil Meech. I mean, I'm handsome, but I ain't that handsome. Yeah, family, listen, that's what it's all about. What you think he doing all this stunting for, showing off? Think he doing that for himself? Huh? Or you like the women, you gonna believe that he doing that for himself, for his own self? Yeah, okay. Nah, he ain't doing that for his own self. If he was doing that for his own self, he'd stay his ass in the house, in his bathroom, in the mirror, and keep showing it to himself. No, he getting in the magazines and in the videos and in the clips, showing them to you, because that's what he's showing off for. So when he roll up on a bad little shorty, she already know who he is, and he ain't gotta do much. But you doing too much. You ain't gotta do all that. You on TV. Rico Reckless, he come on the internet. All right, that's it. He got a couple little songs. He ain't getting it. He doing okay. He ain't got nowhere near what you got. Bro, it don't take as much as you think it do. It really don't. Yo, we be overdoing it when we out here. And when you doing too much, you ain't gonna have nothing. See, family, this just, listen, he admire 50 Cent. Lil Meech admire 50 Cent. All right, Big Meech, he don't like it.
He just always just let me know, like, don't ever take nothing for granted and just try your hardest. Like, he believed in me because he knew that I could do it. He knew that I could focus and do what I had to do. Because I wanted to make a name for myself. My daddy already got a name for himself. I can't be in his shadow the whole time, my whole life. I got to do something for myself in this world, So he was just basically teaching me young, like, what I got to do and how to make a name for myself. All I got to do is focus and, do what I know I can do. So he really just helped me get to where I needed to go.
You feel me? He trying to measure up to who he think his daddy is. That's Lil Meech. That's his definition of success. Measuring up to a dude who been failing. You in a penitentiary, you not winning. Man, I don't care what nobody told you. You go do 20 years in the penitentiary, you just became a loser. Bro, you just did 2 decades in the penitentiary. You know all that went on that you missed? So you could ride around in the latest cars? So you could keep jumping on in front of the camera in a magazine with your chain and say, look at me. You ain't got this. That's what it costs. It costs you to lose everything you love. The stuff that mattered to you the most. And when you're sitting in there, you should realize some of the things that's really important to you. Meech didn't. He was smoking K2 and telling war stories. And the whole time he was in there, he had to live up to being Big Meech. You see the difference when you listen to Terrence Gangsta Williams? He ain't get out trying to be Terrence Gangsta. It's a difference. And it's a difference in the opportunities that each one of them got from the way they carried themselves when they got back to society. Gangster say, okay, I know I've been gone 23 years. I'm going to have to get some adjustment. He still ain't all the way back. You can tell. But he getting there. Meech, not even close. Meech, Big Meech is still shot out. He shot all the way out from smoking all that K2. That's what Big Meech was in federal prison doing. They don't want to talk about it because he Big Meech. But I'm telling you, he was in there with the rest of the junkies. That's why he looked like that. Ask anybody who been in there. Big Meech look like all them dudes that's on that. He on that permanent slope. That's why he looked like that with that stare and that uncomfortableness. It's not that he just came home from doing 20 years. He really, you know what I'm saying, out there because he been smoking that K2. Different compounds gonna call it different things, but that's what it is. He been smoking that BS. And he looked like all them dudes that shot out on that stuff. Now Lil Meech think something cool about being an addict. Yo, I be seeing him on his interviews. 50 ain't had to tell me that. He be high. Bro, listen, that ain't my business. I know that. Man do what he want. I know that. I'm just telling you. It's going to play a part in his decision making. When he should be doing this and this, he going to be somewhere high. Not getting it done. Because family, most people not as valuable as they think they are. I think Big Meech think he way more valuable to society than he is. I think he thought 50 Cent needed him. Once I looked at it and seen the big picture, he got this series going, he ain't gonna blow this money and this, that. And listen, bro, he got plenty of money. And he ain't gotta blow the series for real, once I thought about it, to cut you and your son out of. He really don't. He could keep the series and just lose y'all two. And the acting get really tough for Lil Meech once I thought about it. Because a lot of them studios that'll deal with him and the particular roles until he develop range and play some different stuff, they're gonna want him to play a certain character. Until he proved himself in other aspects of the craft. Until then, Lil Meech and them studios like that, trust me, most of them do business with 50 Cent or want to do business with 50 Cent. And if they doing business with 50 Cent or want to do business with 50 Cent, they know it's not a good idea to be doing business with you or your father. Bro, I just wish, you know what I'm saying, that this could have went a different way, because you got a bunch of guys who came from nothing who made something. Can't figure out how to get along. Because 50 Big Meech can't take a picture with Rick Ross, because Rick Ross and 50 Cent be staying away from each other. Family, they ain't beef. They don't have a beef. When you got a beef, you trying to get to them. You trying to get with them, not trying to stay away from them. Y'all just don't like each other. That's all. I mean, bro, y'all don't have no problem. But Big Meech can't take a picture with him. All right, fine. That's your reason, cool. All right, I'm telling you, Big Meech shouldn't have been taking no pictures. Big Meech shouldn't have been throwing no big parties. Big Meech should have been happy to be home trying to adjust and build and cultivate his relationship with his family. He ain't care nothing about that. He need to be Big Meech. He need to get back and show everybody ain't nothing changed. Man, you can't do that and you ain't got nothing. I mean, that's all good. You know what I'm saying? If somebody pulling up with bags every night and you got something to give them so they can bring you another bag. When it ain't like that and they just got a check, once they spend that money gone, bro. That money not back on. Listen, bro, that money not back in your pocket before you spent it. That's not how real life work. And once you get out here in the real world, you understand that. Once you get that check, bro, you better know how to act until the next one come. Or you're going to be like them. You're going to be scrambling, making bad decisions, trying to get little stuff done that you should have got done, but you bought that chain. That chain that ain't nobody going to care about but you. Bro, you just look like another dude with a chain. It's 1,000,000,000 dudes on the internet with a chain. You look like another one. So what? Yours bigger. So what? Yours got more diamonds. You think they can see that? They can't see that. It's a chain, another chain. You're paying too much for it, is what I'm telling you. It don't have no value. And when you need the money, it's tied up in that chain. That chain ain't worth nothing. You paid $200,000 for that chain. Go try to sell it back to the man who gave it to you. I bet you keep it. He ain't even gonna offer you 10% of that 200,000 you paid for that chain. Why? Because it will be a total loss to him. He ain't paid shit for it. He sold it to you for $200,000. Cost him $2,000. You may pay for his craftsmanship. $198,000 went to his craftsmanship. Bro, they get them diamonds dirt cheap. That's why when you take that diamond necklace to the jeweler, even though the diamonds was the focal point, selling point of selling you the necklace, when you take that necklace to sell it back to them, they don't want to talk about the diamonds. Because they would be at a total loss to buy those diamonds back from you. They didn't pay nothing for them. That's why they only want to talk about the metal. You a sucker and they seen you coming. He ain't going to buy that. He say that foolishness and sell it to you. See, you don't know that when you ain't never been there. See, I've been there, fam. Paid a lot of money for jewelry. I want to change the jewelry. These jokers tripping. Y'all charge me all this money for this jewelry? Some of them even give you paperwork with the jewelry. The jewelry worth this much. The jewelry only worth what somebody willing to pay for. They don't give a damn what that paper say. Nobody gonna care what that paper say, that chain worth, that watch worth. They don't care if on paper that watch worth $600,000 when the highest offer you got for it was 16. It's just worth 600,000 in your mind. That's all. You like these women. She a 5, but in her mind, she told herself she a 10. So she trying to sell herself like a 10. Come on, somebody need to buy this. Ain't nobody gonna buy that because it ain't worth $600,000. It's only ever gonna be worth that 200,000 to you, Lil Meech, because you was the sucker that he suckered into paying for. But if Lil Meech think he gonna be around Big Meech talking about 50 Cent like 50 Cent his father, even though 50 Cent did a lot of fatherly things for him, opportunities that I would love to be able to give my son. He gave them to your son. And since you blew through all the money and your son had to blow through all the money trying to be Big Meech, when his name shouldn't be Lil Meech, his name should be Demetrius. Yo, I don't let nobody call my son no nicknames. Give him a chance. Give him a chance. He not me. He can't be me. He can't be like me. That's out of the question. I'm not having that. Yo, if I found out my sons was getting high, I would be upset. They would never get me to understand that. I know they can't get nothing good from doing that. I know nothing good can happen for them for getting high. Nothing. I know a lot of bad shit can happen though. Most people that start getting high become addicts. How do I know? I've been in this life. You can't tell me. Most of the people that start getting high become addicts. Some of them might eventually stop, but you know something will happen. But they gonna eventually become addicts. So I tell them, don't, if you don't get started, you don't gotta worry about having to stop. 50 Cent and Lil Meech, the rehab, and yo, do I feel some kind of way about putting Shorty business out like that? Look, that's 50. 50 going, you already know. You know what I'm saying? 50 going to do what he do. All right, he ain't worrying about what I think about it. All right, so he done that. But yo, Meech keep telling them all the ecstasy he took. Bro, keep telling them about all the money you blew. Man, he think he gotta live up to that. Bro, Meech went to jail with addict. He continued to be one the whole time he was in there. Look at him. I know what he was doing in federal prison. All right, when he was in federal prison, he was stay loaded. That's how he dealt with what he was going through. Family, he ain't the only one that deal with it like that. There's many men in there that deal with it like that. And Meech, see, but they ain't got the access to it that Meech gonna have. He Big Meech. He got money. He could get this in here. It ain't gonna be hard. You understand where I'm coming from? Like, family, all of this stuff, this persona is built on Lil Meech. Lil Meech, he trying to live up to his daddy. All right. I don't know if that's a good idea. You know what I'm saying? I don't think so. You know, but it is what it is. You get a dude like 50 Cent come in and look out for your son, right? And he ain't had to do that. I mean, bro, you gotta exercise some respect, but not when you Big Meech.
More for me than anyone in his life. Boosie, that's why he responded like that. If he get locked up, I'm the first person he called, bailed him out every time. When I saw him laughing at his Pops post, I said, oh shit, he a snake too.
Family, He gotta show his dad some support. Dad just came home from jail. He's smiling under the poster, him and Rick Ross. You took offense to that. I don't get it. That's his dad, man. He had to show his dad some kind of support while trying not to step on your toes. He knew he knew you ain't want him involved with Rick Ross, but he was torn. Bro, he got you as the positive motivating force in his life, 50. But you know the kind of guidance he under. He under a man who don't want him having all this reverence for you. You need to have that for him and nobody else, even though he ain't been here for him. Meech been in the penitentiary for the last 20 years. For the last 20 years, 50 Cent been winning. 50 Cent gave Lil Meech the opportunity of a lifetime. For the last 20 years, your dad been in prison. For the last 20 years, this man been winning. And the whole time, you've been growing up. Your dad get out, you a grown man. Pursuing your dreams. Very ambitious. Looking forward to the next season. And then he do something like this. It's a firestorm or something that was so unexpected. Came out of nowhere from one decision. That decision that he had to get back to being Big Meech. You won't jump on the camera and talk to people because you don't want to answer no questions about Cuffy. But you trying to throw extravaganzas. Since when you don't want to answer questions, Big Meech? Since when you don't want to be on the camera? Since when you start worrying about tricking yourself off the street over being famous? We all know that you would never carry it like that. We know why you ain't getting on the camera. We know why you don't want to do an interview. You don't want to talk about Cuffy. Because, see, we know your persona and your personality, and we know you would have been all over the internet. Remember, they can't take you to jail for balling. Balling ain't a crime. You're still balling. I see you get your weight up. I see you with your heavy chains and your watches and, your Rolls Royce. Bro, it got you doing desperate things. It got you making moves out of desperation. Any move you make out of desperation gonna be a bad move. That's why I said Cuffy had to be desperate. If he messed with you, knowing who you are, knowing you doing 30 years in the federal penitentiary, and he thought it was a good idea to run a caper with you, he got what he was looking for. Because he had to be desperate to think that was a good idea. Because when you've been out here and you season like Cuffy, you know better than to play a game like that with your life. You know this the situation where men start crossing each other. They only gonna cross their day ones because look, he the closest to you. You got the most trust in him. All right, he got the most favor with you. You the one he can get. You somebody they will actually want. That's what happened. All right, Lil Meech, he was a consequence. All right, victim of his circumstance. Big Meech, his father, and his name Lil Meech. Big Meech not Big Meech no more, bro. He just Demetrius. Somebody need to send him an email. You a friend, you love him, send him the text message. Clip some of this out and send it to Meech. Bro, slow down. You're moving too fast. You just came home. You ain't ready for action. You think you are. All you remember about the world is how it was when you left. It changed. You ain't the man no more. So this idea you got that you're going to get out, get back, bro, you still on that K2. You need to get off of it, bro. Look, your son, he trying to do something with himself, bro. You're messing up his life. Look, bro, if all you going to do is be a bad influence and you ain't going to be positive motivating, yo, you should have just let 50 Cent keep doing what he was doing. And you know what I'm saying? You should have tried to do Big Meech on your time. Family, I don't agree with Lil Boosie. You feel me that you take your father's side? No, not if your father a loser. You don't take no loser side. You always side with the winner when you a winner. All right? I don't care if it's your dad. I don't care if it's your son. All right? If he a loser, he a loser. And for the last 20 years, he been losing. For the last 20 years, 50 Cent been winning. 50 Cent had him winning. Why would he want to go back to losing? You lost your mind. As always, family, it don't take much to be nice. We all gotta live on this planet together, walking in and out of each other's face. Respect is important. Look, like the program, share the program. Make sure you subscribe if you're not subscribed to the channel. Family, I'm kicked out of the algorithm. It ain't gonna be many people in here. It is what it is. So that's how we doing it until YouTube let me off for punishment. All right, family, still swinging is out.